What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Planners and Wine. My name is Myra.
And my name is Meg. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, welcome back to another week.
Mhm.
We are back. Extra special week this week. We have the Patreon people in the building.
Yes. For anybody who is not familiar, we do a monthly live show with our Patreon peeps, and they are here in the chat, asking questions, saying a lot of hilarious things, some things that we cannot even repeat on the podcast. So if you want to join in on the fun, make sure you check out our Patreon community, plannersandwine.com or patreon.com/plannersandwine.
And yes, you can be on air with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm obsessing over Meg's hat for the people who are listening and not viewing.
Yeah. Obsessing.
I live.
It's giving obsessed. But yeah. Yeah, guys, make sure y'all join us. We are these are my favorite episodes to record. Honestly, it's just so much fun to be able to interact with the Patreon crew as we record, read some of their comments aloud. And yeah, definitely join in on the fun if y'all like fun things. If you don't, then don't. But if you like fun things and you're not an asshole, join the Patreon. That's
yes.
sweet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I assume you enjoy fun if you listen to this, but sometimes people hate listen to, so, but
Well, yeah, that's why they're not on Patreon.
Yeah.
Do people say, random aside, do people say, like how we used to say that's the sweet? Do people say like that's the X?
Nobody says that. No, nobody is claiming that X.
Nobody's It's very true.
It's so funny. I seen this this job posting, and they were like all these social media platforms they want you to be on or be familiar with, and X was one. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I was like,
not they said X for real. Like people still say Twitter.
Even if I search Twitter on my phone to find the app, it still pops up. Yeah. So like, why did we even go through the whole process? But whatever.
Because Elon is still trying to make X happen.
It's not happening, Gretchen.
It's not happening. Brittany said nobody is acknowledging the X. Yeah, nobody.
The app, the ex-boyfriend. Nobody is acknowledging.
None of that. But yeah, y'all. Anyway, we have a great episode for y'all this week. But before we get into all that, Myra, how was your week? Patreon crew, how was y'all's week? Let us know in the chat.
Yes, let us know. Honestly, this week has been very chaotic. It's been a week of chaos.
Okay.
It's just been crazy.
Okay.
It's just been crazy. But it's just been kind of one of those weeks that's just like, dang, like I've been working my butt off and it just doesn't seem like nothing is coming to fruition. So that's why I was like very heavy. And then a lot of like personal stuff was happening on top of that. And today, I'm going to try to turn it around. It's still early enough. But today I picked up my groceries and I don't know what happened in their system, but they doubled everything that we ordered and charged me.
No, they did not charge you for it.
So yeah, I had to sit on the phone with them for about 30-40 minutes so they can go through piece by piece and be like, was this doubled? Was this doubled? Was this doubled?
Oh my God.
To give me a refund.
Insane.
Yeah. Yeah. They were kind enough to be like, you can keep it or donate it. You don't have to bring it back to the store. Yeah. Which luckily, like I have other friends that have kids because it's a lot like Ashley's going to be on fall break.
Yeah.
But, we picked up a few extra things to still be in the house. So it's a lot of kids stuff. So luckily I have friends that can take it, but it's like, bro, like
wow.
It was like $80 worth of food.
Yeah. Usually like we've gotten duplicates of stuff before by accident, but they've never charged us for the duplicates. It's just been like a happy accident. So that's wild. Well, I'm glad you were able to get that settled and get your money back, and you got some extra food, but dang.
It's so wild.
Mason is also on fall break. So what a coincidence.
Yeah.
Did they get a full week too?
It's 4 days. So it's Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. She has this whole next week. Just off.
Oh, perfect. They have
together.
The whole week.
Very
so
nice.
The holiday too, dear. The holiday.
Oh yeah. The colonizer Christmas.
I feel like this is their way of, like, having that holiday, but not calling it that because they know it's,
One
like,
one
problematic. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, we also actually in our district, they get Good Friday off, but we don't call it Good
Mhm.
Friday. It's just a day off because obviously they don't want to have the religious tie-in to
Yeah.
it. But everybody knows it's Good
For
Friday, and
teachers too?
that's why the day is off.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So weird. Brittany said, because Brittany is our resident Canadian Patreon who we're gonna go live with soon as the Handmaid's Tale happens in the United States. She said it's Thanksgiving weekend in Canada, so prepping to make food tomorrow. Oh my gosh, that
Yes.
is wild. It is always so wild. Like, is y'all Thanksgiving always in October, Brittany? Like always the same date, or does it change? Because like for us, Thanksgiving is always like the last Thursday
The 4th
or
Thursday or something like
November,
that, yeah.
yeah, something like that of November, but the date changes. I wonder is it like that in Canada too?
That's so
Crazy.
cool. I cannot believe it's basically holiday season. That's insane
I
to
mean,
think
it
about.
literally is
Yeah.
holiday season, and this year has just flown by. It feels so strange. So
It's wild.
strange. She said it's always the second Monday in October. Gotcha. Good to know.
Oh.
Good to know. I love it. Yeah, my week was kind of, it was okay. I mean, nothing crazy happened, but nothing like special happened. I mean, we had a date night last night, so that was special and that was fun. Because the place where Mason's, where she does her gymnastics, they have this like parents' night out. It's usually like once or twice a month, where it's like a nighttime on a Saturday where you can like drop your kids off and go have a nice little date night. So we
Oh,
did
that's
that last night.
cool.
Yeah, this is the first time we took advantage of it, and Mason loved it. She was like low key mad. She was like, "Why did y'all come back so quick?" We was like, we
Excuse us.
next time you can stay there the whole time."
But we thinking about you. And
Right.
she was like, I'm having a time.
Literally had a time. And we went to this this new to us restaurant here that was really good. So yeah, we had a nice evening. Came back, watched a scary movie. That was good. I actually got Dallas to watch a scary movie with me, so that was
Tis
a
the
win.
season. Look at
Yep,
him.
there
He
we
in the
go.
spirit.
Yeah, if y'all want a new scary movie to watch, it's called Totally Killer. It's included on Amazon Prime, and it's really good. Somebody said on TikTok that it was like a mix between Scream and Back to the Future, and it's kind of like a
Mm.
funny scary movie. Really, really good. I really enjoyed it. So
Yeah, that's
highly
a good one
recommend.
to have him watch when he's not really into scary movies
Yeah,
either.
he won't watch anything that has to do with like demons,
I
possessions,
feel him.
anything like that. He's like,
Mm,
absolutely, immediately, no.
mm-mm. The spirit of the Lord is here. Can't do that.
Oh my
Mm-mm.
god.
The
I
supernatural stuff just
can't.
it's
Yeah.
just too much.
It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot. But yeah, guys, we're gonna talk about a few of the remnants of the writer's strike that has now ended. Get into some Kardashian stuff, some more Love Is Blind, and just a lot more stuff is gonna happen that we're gonna talk about. But we're gonna take a quick break, and then we will be back to get into all of the things.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So we are back. First things first, we have to hopefully this will wrap up all the things from the strike that y'all know is now over. The actor strike is still ongoing, but the writer strike has officially ended, and apparently they came to a great deal that was beneficial for the writers. Yay, love to hear it.
Mhm.
But we gotta talk about Drew Barrymore because apparently her main writers, I think her three top writers, are refusing to return to the show now that the strike has ended and they have quit their job. So now Drew is scrambling to find writers to replace them before her show comes back on October 16th. Ain't that the consequences of our actions?
Sis, all you had to do was wait 2 weeks. All you had to do was wait. I mean, obviously, she probably wouldn't have known, but,
Mm-hmm.
you jumped the gun
She did. Big time.
and double down. I think
And
that's
double
the
down.
biggest thing.
Yep. I
Yeah,
think
I
so
mean,
too.
I don't blame her. I feel like the people that was who was that other dude that nobody cared about, he was coming back
Bill
to?
Bill
Yeah,
Maher.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like his writer shouldn't come back either. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
sure there's gonna be somebody that will take the job or whatever, and, no shade, everybody gotta work, but,
Yeah.
like you said, this is the consequences of your actions, like, I'm sure those were amazing writers, and to
Mhm.
do that is just like a slap in the face to them, like, you don't care.
I mean, it was a huge slap in the face. I mean, especially to the point of these writers were picketing their own show. They had to picket their own show because of her insistence on returning. And like you said, doubling down, not even listening to the initial backlash that she got. Because I really feel like this would have been different. Had she
Mhm.
listened to the initial backlash and been like, hey, y'all, I thought that there was a way we could return without, crossing the picket line. Now I'm listening to y'all. I see that there's not. So we want to stay in solidarity with the writers. We're not gonna come back. I think we wouldn't even be talking about this
Absolutely. Yeah.
anymore.
It's
But
the
that's not what
doubling down,
happened. That's not what
especially
happened.
somebody
Yep.
like Drew where people, want to like her. If
Yes.
she would've just, fell back or whatever, it's sure, some people been like, "Of course she, fell back," but
Mhm.
she's the type of person that people want to like and want to support, so if she
Mhm.
didn't double down, I don't feel this would be happening, but
Yeah. I mean,
best of luck to y'all.
that's why she was met with so much backlash because people do
Mhm.
want to like her. People like her a lot, but it's just like this whole like white savior complex that she just came out the gate with telling, us that her show saved us from COVID and it could save us from this writer's strike, which is preposterous. It
I
was
don't
just
know
so
why she think
wild.
that. Like, do you not realize, most people probably just was bored when
We
you
had
started in the
nothing to do.
pandemic?
Nothing to do, Drew.
Why do you think you saving us?
I don't know. She couldn't even save herself
Clearly.
or her own show that has no writers right now. So,
You still in the same boat. I guess they like, we still gonna have to roll with it. Like, October
mhm,
16th is, like, in a week.
mhm,
That's
and they're
insane.
interviewing writers. I mean, at least somebody, wants these jobs, so I'm sure they'll be able to have them. But I
Mhm.
appreciate that her writers, they really stuck to their guns and was like, you know what you did wasn't cool, and we're not going to, reward what you did by coming back to the show and just continue like everything is normal. Like, yeah, she's gonna find people to replace them, but it's a hassle. It's not something that she can just snap her fingers and do overnight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's giving her some type of consequences, and I wouldn't be surprised if the first episode or two of her show, she acknowledges this situation and continues to apologize because this was a big misstep. And like you said, like the gravity of it is so much bigger because of who she is. Like
Mhm.
everybody expects shitty things from Bill Maher.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
honestly, yeah.
saying? Yeah. So
You're supposed
nobody
to be the
is.
person that people like,
Hmm.
and that's
Yeah.
supposed to support, and you just I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
know what the PR team, what she was thinking, like, how did y'all think that this was going to fly over? Like, did you think people forgot? I
I think that they thought that because of how well liked Drew is, then she would be able to
Oh,
get
she'll get a
away with this.
pass. Yeah.
Yeah, I really think that that's what they thought. They were like, people love Drew. She saved them during the pandemic. Let's bring the show back.
Now she was the vaccine. She
Basically,
was the original Pfizer.
basically, she was Miss Pfizer. Did y'all see Aaron Rodgers thought he was funny and he called Travis Kelsey Mr. Pfizer for I guess I don't know why he recently said this. I don't know. Y'all know I don't talk sports, but I did see this. He recently called Travis Kelsey out and called him Mr. Pfizer for getting vaccinated. Um and I think Travis Kelsey said something smart back to him, which was good. But it's just like, yeah, Drew is Mrs. Pfizer, I guess. And yeah, because she saved us. Yikes.
Well, best of luck to, Drew and her team. It was
Yes.
completely unnecessary, and,
Completely
I find it
unnecessary.
hilarious that
Mhm.
this is all happening within, like, it hasn't even been a month.
Mm-mm. Oh, you know what? That's what he said. Brittany said it right. She said, and then Travis Kelsey acknowledged that Johnson and Johnson owns Aaron Rodgers' team. Yeah, that's true. That's what it was. He said something like that.
So you getting paid by the people who make vaccines.
Go on, get that check back if you don't support the vaccine. Run that check back, Aaron Rodgers.
Folks
He a
just be out
hopeful.
here embarrassing themselves.
Uh-huh. Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, Brittany said that she is in the find out portion of fuck around. Perfectly
Mhm.
stated. This is the find out portion. Veronica said all she had to do was wait, respect her writers. I mean, it was that simple.
Yeah.
It was that
Yeah,
simple.
I think it like you said, it just came down to people just thought that they love her. She'll get a
Mhm.
pass.
Nope. Jeanette said Aaron Rodgers trying to stay relevant. You know what? I haven't heard about Aaron Rodgers since him and Shailene Woodley broke up. You know that actress Shailene Woodley? She was in the series, what is that series that came out around the time of like Maze Runner and
The Divergence.
yes, the Divergent series. She was the star of the Divergent
Oh,
series, and she used to be engaged to Aaron Rodgers.
really?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the last time I heard about him. That's the last time I heard about him. And also tie into the Bachelor franchise, Aaron Rodgers' brother, Jordan Rodgers, got engaged. He was on one of the seasons of Bachelorette like a few years ago. He ended up being the final pick of the Bachelorette JoJo, and they got engaged and got married. And he don't talk to his family. Aaron Rodgers don't talk to his family. So everybody is related.
Aaron
Everything.
Rodgers don't talk to them?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers don't talk to them. His brother, or I don't know if he talks to his parents, but I know he don't talk to his brother.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because they took the Pfizer vaccine?
probably. This probably has something to do with it.
Interesting. Hollywood is so small.
It's very small, and everybody is
Everybody
related.
be with everybody is kinda gross, but
Very
whatever.
true.
Yeah.
Very, very true. Okay, next thing we want to get into, and this is something that came up from J-Bay said is giving nepotism. I mean, I definitely think that Jordan got on the show because he was Aaron Rodgers' brother. I totally think
Oh, absolutely.
that made him. I mean, he's
Absolutely.
really attractive in that he just flew through the whatever audition process of
Mhm.
getting on The
They probably asked
Bachelorette.
him.
Yeah.
He need had to
Mm.
audition.
Oh yeah, exactly. Okay, so something going on TikTok. There is a new makeup brand called Youthforia, and they just had their debut of their foundations. They came out with about 15 shades. About 10 of those shades are for white people.
Fair and beige, fair and beige.
Yeah, yeah, lots of different shades of beige. And not only did she come out with such a limited selection of foundation shades for her initial launch, only these 15 very selected shades, but in the process of doing the PR for their lunch, they sent the shades to different, TikTokers, makeup creators, all that. The shades they sent to the darker skinned black women, obviously weren't even close to their shade. They sent them their darkest shade because some of them needed the darkest shade. Darkest shade was literally like probably 5 shades lighter than a lot of these women. And then it's being marketed very weird because if you like go on their website or go on like the Ulta website, the darker shade looks like a dark shade.
Mhm.
And when you actually get
Mhm.
it, it's probably like a shade of that somebody of my complexion could use. So it's some
Yeah.
false advertising going on top of some extreme insensitivity where, well, like I said, y'all are sending out these shades that are not even close matches to these women.
I mean, it's a close match if you go by off the picture on the website
I know.
and they
Yep.
model,
Yep.
but I
Yep.
feel like they knew the backlash that would have come if they didn't send it to people, so they were just like,
Mhm.
I don't know what they were thinking because like, this age of, like, content creators, especially on TikTok, like, is so real.
Mhm.
Like, literally, I sent it to somebody who whole stitch on TikTok is, "This is the darkest shade."
Mhm.
Like, what did y'all think she was gonna do with this? Like,
I
just
know.
not talk about it or anything? Like, that's her whole identity on TikTok.
Mhm. Exactly.
It's just wild. It's wild that this is still happening. It's wild that, it's I seen, like, a very, like, nerdy kinda take on this, that
Mhm.
their response was very much so, responded as if the foundation was a software, like they were releasing it to a select number of
Mm.
people, like it's some
Mhm.
type of software, but the issue is, like, we're talking about people's skin,
Yeah.
talk about people's identity, like, you can't be like, "Oh, we wanted to start off with these few foundations, we have more on the way," as if it's like iOS 17 or something,
Right, right,
the
right,
beta
right.
version of that. You can't do that when you're talking
No.
about people's skin.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, I mean, that's basically exactly what the founder said because she
Mhm.
did address it and she was just like, we have more coming out. And it's just like, and she had all these excuses of, well, money and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So we can only do 15 shades. But even if you were only relegated to having 15 shades, you still could have done 15 way more versatile shades than literally doing like 10 shades of white and 5 shades of brown. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you if you cared, you would have made those as inclusive as possible, and you didn't. And like Veronica just said in the chat, it sounds like afterthought because it absolutely
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. We
Mhm.
like darker skin tone people aren't your demographic.
Mhm.
Because even like in the beta of like iOS or something, you're gonna send it to like different developers, like tech people, stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like those are your demographic. But again, that is tech. These are people you were talking about. You
Mhm.
can't do that. You're basically telling us that, darker skinned people aren't what you think of when you think about
Our
your audience.
afterthought.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we'll get to y'all later, and it's like, what incentive do we have to want to support your brand then? Like
And why
literally
do you think it's
none.
fair for us to wait?
Hello. Why do we have to wait? We always have to wait.
Yeah. Like,
We
be
always have
for
to
real.
wait.
Be
Like she
for real.
literally gave enough shades for like white or white presenting people
Mhm.
to be able to use foundation and then like contour and highlight their face. Like it's
Yeah,
everything that
basically
they
that's what the
need to
darker
be able to
shades
do
are.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's contour for
It's
them.
their contour. Yeah.
And we have nothing. We have crumbs. And like you brought up a good point when we first kind of talked about this offline. Like this is a really good idea because like the whole idea behind her brand is to have like this very healthy wearable makeup that if you forget to take off your makeup and go to sleep, you're totally fine to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to use something like that. And now I won't. I'm gonna wait till another more inclusive brand steals your idea and does it. I'm gonna, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give them my money instead. You know
Meet
what I'm
you where
saying?
you at. Cause like how
Mm-hmm.
many times like you just come in late, pass out or whatever, or just like
Mm-hmm.
just simply forget to like wash your makeup off. And obviously you don't do that every time, but it would be
Mm-hmm.
nice to have a makeup that you won't feel super guilty about
Yes.
leaving it on. But
Mm-hmm.
now that I know that I'm not like I didn't even think that darkest shade was my color. Like
No, it
I couldn't
wasn't.
even do it.
No.
So I'm now that I know that you basically are admitting that I am an afterthought, I am not your demographic, I will not be spending my money with you.
100%. Yep.
Rihanna got it.
Yeah, period.
Give her a year.
Fenty.
She
Hey,
got it.
Fenty. Y'all listening?
She got it. I think she already on it. You can't tell me
She already on
Rihanna
it.
ain't got her ears to the street.
She always does. She
Yeah.
always does. Yeah. And it's like, that's why, well, there's one reason why I love the Fenty brand so much because I really, truly give them so much credit for cracking the door wide open to having all these different shades
Mhm.
and like coming out the gate being inclusive and like darker skinned people not just being an afterthought like it is with literally every single other brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it still happens. Like you'll still go on to Target and they'll still have, mostly light shades and one or two darker shades. Like it still happens all the time. It's just not talked about as much. And it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great. I know some people will never be able to understand. They will be able to relate to going into a makeup store and just your shade just not being there, not even being an option. Like some people will never be able to relate to that. And it's
Makeup
okay if you
is
can't relate, but just be able to empathize with
yeah.
it and how that must feel.
'Cause it is so expensive, like, we would have to, like, literally go into Sephora and hope that there is
Mhm.
something there for us. I mean,
Mhm.
thank goodness for, like, Fenty. I mean, Fenty's in Target now, so shout out to that, but
Period.
we can't go into a drugstore, like, it's
Mhm.
it's been a while. I mean, I'm sure, like, it's starting to happen, especially after
Mhm.
Fenty shook the table with all that, but, like, I would have to automatically spend 40, $50 on the foundation to match me, whereas somebody can start off, like, I'm just learning how to do makeup or whatever,
Mhm.
and go to a drugstore and spend, like, $12
Yep. Yep, yep, yep.
and, experiment and stuff. Like, it's
Mhm.
expensive.
It
It's
is.
a black tax.
No, truly. Truly. That's exactly what it is.
It's sad.
Danny said, there's something about when you show the foundation on white paper, it shows up dark, but the minute you put it on skin, you quickly realize how light it is.
Mhm.
Sounds like there were no PLC in the room. Well,
And ain't no way that model that was on Euphoria's
mm-mm.
website was wearing that makeup.
I
There's
know.
no way.
It was literally
He
just
had
false
on Fenty.
advertising. Yeah, yeah. It was
There's
literally just
no
false
way.
advertising. Brittany said, and the thing is, you decide these were introductory stage. So you're saying people outside of that aren't your customers, so you only want to sell to white people. Yeah.
It's literally what you said.
Nope.
And
Yep. Chris.
it kills me to have like this influencer kind of response to stuff too. Like the whole like pause and stop. Like y'all know how TikTok be like when you get a story time, it's very jump cutty. And that's how the response was. Like this doesn't come off genuine to me. It's just, something that you're just telling me a story time. Like you don't ultimately care.
Yeah, and it was just like zero acknowledgement of people feeling bad, people feeling left out. It was just like this really like sunny disposition of, oh, no big deal. This is why we did this. We got something for y'all coming later. Goodbye. Christy says it's giving not for you vibes. 100%.
Very much so. Yeah.
Brittany said, my best friend in high school had that horrible experience as we learned makeup. I could literally walk in and buy the lightest CoverGirl foundation to be fine. She has to go to upscale makeup places. That's real.
And we had no money in high school. Like,
girl, this is
how much allowance she had to save up to buy one bottle of foundation.
I did not even wear foundation in high school, and this probably had something to do with it because I couldn't find it. I didn't have the money to go into and buy any expensive anything like that, and it shouldn't have to be like that. Like it should be availability for everybody across the board. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could only do 15 shades, you should have did your damnedest to make those the 15 most inclusive shades that you could possibly do to try to include as many people as possible. But you didn't care. You thought this was good enough. And it's like, why would you want out the gate for your makeup brand, your brand new makeup brand to be associated with a situation like this? And then to send it out to Black influencers as if they were not going to drag you totally hell. Like you didn't want to exclude them from the rollout, but you were totally fine excluding them from the makeup itself. How does that work? How does that work?
This is just so crazy to me in 2023. It is so crazy to me.
Yep, exactly. Yvonne said, never had that experience with makeup, but that is my experience all my life with clothes and shoes. You know what?
Well,
that's
a whole nother
yeah, because when you go in the shoe stores, clothing stores, they always have the smallest, more petite sizes and stuff. And then, if you want that size, you got to go online. And they still do that. It's
or you don't have anything that's like trendy in the plus size. You get stars and stripes.
Or the additional tag. How much more bigger sizes cost?
$2-3 extra for the same thing,
and it adds up.
It does.
That's why, like now, I don't shop with shops that charge more for like larger sizes for stuff. I avoid them at all costs because I just think it's just shitty, and it's not. It's just not necessary.
I can't control. No, what size I am. That's not cool. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, it's a no for Euphoria. Best of luck to y'all, though. I guess.
No, I wish them everything worse.
Okay, Rayshonda. I wish them the worst. I wish them nothing good. They need their ass beat.
Go to jail. She ate with that. She
did. Oh gosh, y'all. Okay, so this is the next topic. Me and Myra have been talking about this all week. Low-key been dragging the Kardashians all week for this. So, if you are familiar, obviously the Kardashians have their show on Hulu now. I think it's in like season 3 or 4. I don't really know. I don't lost count because I don't watch.
Has that been on that long?
Yeah. Well, they're not doing it like a full like in year seasons. So like it could have been 2 seasons in 1 year type of thing. Gotcha. It's basically just like a continuous show. Now because I think it's only been on for maybe like 2 years, something like that, and they're like in season 3 or 4. But yeah, so apparently on TikTok there has been a clip going viral of Kim Kardashian singing Tristan Thompson's praises. If y'all don't know, Tristan Thompson is the low down dirty dog that has dragged her sister and every other woman he's ever laid eyes on through the freaking mud. and just humiliated, embarrassed them, made them wish they were never born. He's the worst. Like, he is the absolute worst doggity dog there is, one of them at least. And so, yeah, Kim is like singing his praises, talking about, sometimes people just aren't great partners, but he's a fantastic father. He's helped me out so much. He showed up to my son's games and picked him up from school and just really stepped in and always had my back when I was going through a tough time, her tough time being her divorce from Kanye West or whatever. Basically, just talking about what a great father Tristan has been to Chloe's kids and her kids. Now, I know y'all know Tristan has 2 kids outside of his relationship with Chloe. One, the woman he was with before Chloe, she was pregnant when he got with Chloe. And then the other is the baby that he has had since he has been with Chloe. So there's 100% some overlap on both ends of that. The aunt of the first child came out recently and after seeing Clem's clip and was like, you know what? I done kept quiet for 6-7 years. I'm done. Tristan is not even in my nephew's life. He doesn't do anything for him. So to hear her talking about all the things that he's doing for these other children, acting like he's such a great dad, like you can't be a great dad if you're only a great dad to specific kids and kids that aren't even your own, and you're not taking care of your own child that lives in the same city as you, mind you. This boy lives in LA as well. So, yeah.
Third trimester Tristan. I cannot believe, like, I know that they are trying to, build something up for him or put him in a better light, but it's
rebrand. They're trying to cultivate a rebrand for him.
It's not gonna work.
No.
It's not gonna work because one, he's gonna do it again. And two, like the aunt said, like, you can't be a great father if you're not a good father to all of your kids. You can't pick and choose which one. And then these aren't even his kids.
Yeah.
These are like his kids' cousins.
Yeah, not even his nephew, because he's not married to Chloe.
So you going above and beyond. Like, it's just wild. It's wild that Kim is doing this because, boy, ain't no way. Ain't no way after you did that to my sister while she is literally in labor getting ready to have birth and have her go through that. Like, it would just always be on site for you.
And it's been multiple times at this point. I mean, let's just not forget that he knew that he had another woman pregnant while him and Chloe was going through this process with the surrogate. And at any time he could have let Chloe know, like, hey, I get this going on. And I honestly feel like, and I mean, just to hear from what Chloe said, I think she probably would have made a different decision in that situation. And they probably would not have gone through the surrogacy because the surrogate had not been inseminated or anything like that at the time when he found out, but he let it go through anyway, knowing what he knew. And then Chloe found out through the media. Even once this woman got a lawyer, even once this woman was gearing up to sue him, he knew it was going to come out in the media and in the tabloids. He still did not tell Chloe. He still let her find out in the absolute worst way. So I don't know how you could ever believe a word that comes out of his mouth or think anything that he ever does is even a little bit genuine. Like, how?
I can't stand him.
Yeah, I can't stand him either. He's scum. And he didn't even do this to my sister. I ain't even got a sister. And I'm pissed. Okay. Like,
I just cannot believe Kim would stick her neck out for that. For what? For why? How is it benefiting you?
That's the thing. And him and Chloe, according to Chloe, him and Chloe are not even currently together, and she has no intentions of being with him again. Not to say I believe that. I believe they're not together currently. I don't believe that they're never going to be back together. But yeah, I just feel like, is it really even fair to Chloe to have him that close to you and in your life like that? Because what if she is genuinely trying to move on and trying to let him go, but her sister is popping up at fashion shows and shit, being besties with this man who done dogged her out? You know what I'm saying? They just have...
Kim is weird. She's just weird for saying all this.
She's very weird for saying all this, but then it's like, I feel like they have this pattern of behavior in that family too, because you remember Scott, really dragged Courtney through the mud, and Chloe was like best friends with him the whole time. So it's a lot of weird
so weird.
things that go on within their family. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that either. Like, just because somebody is your nephew's father, that doesn't automatically make him your family, and it doesn't mean that you have to treat them like family. And also, what people have TikTok has been bringing up, why they so quick to throw out this family world, where has this energy ever been for Black China? Because she your niece's mama.
Well,
I ain't seen
when
y'all
they go
going
in
to
the
the club
court
with
and
her.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it was a
It's
whole
only the
big
men.
thing. It's only the men. It's only the men because yes, Black China sued them, but arguably, drag my sisters through the mud multiple times is worse. And you can forgive that, but you can't even be in a room with Black China and you literally used to be best friends with her.
The misogyny is real.
It's the misogyny for me.
It's so real.
Yep. And then it was another clip of Tristan and Chloe, and they were talking, and Tristan was like, "Yeah, you're just my person, and I don't know what would make me do this to my person. I don't know what's wrong with me, maybe do this to that person, because she's not your person, and he not your person, Chloe.
You don't do that
Let
to your
go.
person.
You don't.
Just don't. It ain't no, I don't know why. You just don't.
There are mistakes, and then there are choices. Tristan has made choices in this situation with Chloe.
Choices.
Far beyond mistakes. We're not sitting up here being holier than thou, acting like people can't mess up or hurt somebody that they love. His behavior has gone far beyond that. Far
Very
beyond
much
that.
so.
So he has just straight up humiliated her and dragged her through the mud every chance that he's got. So yeah. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with Kim this season. And she's really trying to lean into this villain era of her life because she really been showing her ass on this season of the show. And she's an executive producer. Like, this isn't like a Love is Blind situation where people have no control over the final product of the show.
Yeah.
They have a lot of control over the final product of the show. Yeah, that's literally why they left E and went to Hulu, because they wanted more control. So I don't get it. But yeah, Kim, it's not working. Tristan still sucks. That's not gonna change. So, and shout out to his first child's mom, Jordan's sister, for airing that ass out. Because sometimes I know you try to keep it cute, you try not to do things in public, but sometimes you gotta just air it out. And she was absolutely right. And the Kardashians have been silent.
Because what do you say to that? You gonna lie on his behalf? Like, what can you possibly say to that? All you can just hope is like it dies down and sweep it under the rug. That's all they can hope for.
Yep. Jamelia said, he said, I have a world's greatest father hat, and that's that. Oh, well, yeah, if he has the hat, that means it must be true. Oh my gosh. I cannot deal with Trashton. I cannot. Or that family. But yeah.
Yeah. Best of luck to them.
Worst of luck, actually. I'm pulling a race under this time.
He need to get his life together and take care of all them kids.
I know, seriously. Okay, so season 5 of Love is Blind. Y'all, what a difference a week makes. My outlook on this season has changed so much. It's pulled a complete 180. I will say, I stand by my original comments that this is the best season of the pods. The pods was electric. The pods had drama. The pods was very, very fun. Usually the pods are just a complete snooze fest. The pods this season are the best part of this season.
Did we ever claim this to be a good season?
We did. We absolutely did.
Oh, I'm gonna have to read. I ain't claiming.
It was before we knew everything. I'm gonna
have to listen back to last week.
We enjoyed it. We were enjoying the season.
I'm gonna edit that out.
No, it's too late.
Because man, I agree. The pods, because usually you can't skip the pods. If you're used to watching the show, you just skip because who cares? We want to see the drama afterwards. But this was very good for the pods, and you needed to see the pods to understand everything. Yes. But my God, they are on the floor, the cutting room floor, just scraping up stuff. Like we got to see them get their marriage license. Who
Yeah.
cares?
We've
Why are
never
we
seen
seeing
that.
that?
I don't know if
Yeah.
I've ever seen that on that show. At least I don't
No.
remember seeing it. And then, I
There's
mean,
nothing else to show.
it's only 2 couples headed to the altar. It's
2.
only 2 couples headed to the altar. I feel
Was
like
it
this
3
is
that went to the honeymoon or Mexico?
Lord. So
Was
it's
it 3 or 4?
4.
Okay.
4 went to Mexico.
Mhm.
1 is out because there's currently a lawsuit going on with some alleged
Oh, that yeah, okay.
sexual
I meant
assault.
3 that we seen technically.
Yeah,
Mhm.
possibly happened on the honeymoon stage, which is absolutely terrible and
Gross. Yeah.
unimaginable. So I don't blame them for cutting any of that stuff out because
Yeah.
obviously, like, that shouldn't be for anybody's entertainment at
Mhm.
all, like, full stop. But then there was another couple that allegedly the guy had some type of breach of contract, so they had to just wipe them out of the whole show. But they did a really crappy job, and I'll let you kind of break down that because you noticed it first. I didn't notice it until I saw it in TikTok, but you noticed it when you were watching it.
Yeah, I mean, because they obviously, if that couple made it to the altar, so obviously that couple is going to be there. So, they have those dress fittings, tux fittings, or whatever. And like the hard cuts is so maybe I'm hyper aware because other shows that I watch have these hard cuts as they're trying to cut people out the season as well. But they had mentioned that Lydia brought Renee. And if you listen to that part, like it cuts away from Lydia. So you don't actually see her saying that in the same sentence, but you hear
Mhm.
Renee's name as if she brought her. But if you look where they're sitting, because usually whoever you bring, you're seated as a cluster together. Renee's mom is there. Why the hell is Renee's mom there for
Right.
Lydia?
Right.
And then you can tell like there's a few other people there for Renee as well, maybe friends, family,
Mhm.
whatever. And she's on the whole opposite side. Lydia's here, Renee's over here.
Mhm.
If Lydia brought her, why is Renee on the whole opposite side of the couch? It's
Because
just so obvious.
Renee had a dress fitting as well that
Because
we
Renee
never
was checking out dresses.
got to
Yeah.
see. Yes. And I really hope that they address that on the reunion because it really is so glaring, especially because, like I said, we only ended up with 2
Mhm.
couples going to the altar. And that is just, I mean, in the past, we've had 4, 5, like, it's
Yeah.
just absolutely wild. And
Yeah,
then
we
it's
had
2
4
couples.
last
Um,
year. We had 4.
okay, we had Zach and Bliss, we had Tiffany and
Zach, that's
Brett,
his name. Yeah.
we had no, Jack and Josh,
Kwame.
not Jack and Josh, Kwame and
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Was it one other couple? I
I
feel
thought
like
it
it was
was
probably
one
one
other with
other.
a
But
couple.
even so, it's
Oh,
still
the
more.
ones Bean's friend and her dude that he said
Irina
no.
and
Irina.
Paul.
Yeah.
No,
So what's
is that no?
what's
It
this
was
called?
Mika or something. Mila. Y'all,
Micah.
we're so bad with
We're so
names.
bad.
we was calling we was calling Taylor Ava the whole time
The
last week.
whole
We're
time.
horrible with names. But yeah, they had 4 couples go to the altar last year.
Which
And
is
now we have
insane. We have
2,
half.
yeah, that we're actually able to see, and 2 that ain't got no business being together. Let's be so
Both
for
of them.
real. Let's
Yeah.
be so for real. None of these people should get married. So
Oh,
yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because we got to see the end of the confrontation between Stacy, Izzy, and Johnny because Chris was just there. He really did not participate in that confrontation
y'all,
at
and they
all.
stretched that whole like let's get together and have a barbecue for like 4 episodes.
Where was the food? Where was the food?
That's the
I didn't
thing.
see any
Like
food.
there was no food. Hella drinks though.
Hella drinks.
And that's what they're like saying about the show. Like they have
True.
very limited food, but hella alcohol to
Mm-hmm.
drum up the drama, which it will. It will.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
and it was just very sad because it was really just Izzy and Stacy just sitting there tag team attacking Johnny.
Mhm.
And the whole time I'm just like, why are y'all doing this? And even Johnny pointed out, like, y'all must be so miserable in y'all's relationship because like Izzy was just so pressed about what happened in the pods. And the thing is, him and Chris had already talked about any perceived inconsistencies with
Yeah, when
Johnny
in the
while
pod.
they were still in
Yeah.
the pods, which
That
is
should have been the end
why
of it.
Chris did not get engaged to her. But he has decided to forgive her, look past all that, and date her outside of the pods.
And
So
that's their
why is Izzy
business.
here so much?
Yeah. I don't understand it. It makes 0 sense. And
No,
not, and them tag teaming, like Johnny said, that shows that y'all aren't secure in y'all own relationship because
100%.
why do y'all give a fuck? Why do
They
y'all
should.
care that deep? And then for Izzy to be like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I'm so turned on because you let her have it." Like, that's
that was
weird.
gross. That was very gross.
Red flag.
And also for Izzy to be sitting up there telling Chris, like, yeah, she said she was in love with me 4 times. Y'all was in there for like 10 days. None of these words really mean
They don't
anything.
mean nothing.
They don't mean anything. She probably thought she was in love with you. And it turned out that she wasn't. And you dumped her, and that's fine. And now she's moving on and trying to date somebody else who seems better for her. Why do you care?
It's so
It
wild.
was so
'Cause, like,
weird.
and then the whole situation where Uche was trying to, like, explain what was going on with Lydia and Milton.
Let's get we gotta go there.
Why did
We gotta
Stacey
go
have
there.
to go at her like
Why
that?
Stacey was doing the most, and then just to get home and then be like, Izzy, why was you doing all that to Johnny? Why was you
They
doing all that to
deserve all
Johnny?
that.
Why didn't you
They
tell him in
deserve
the
each other.
moment, like, hey, this is making me uncomfortable? Like, if I was to go somewhere with my husband and he has an ex that's there and he's like confronting the ex about some shit that happened when they was together, I'm be like, why are you pressed? It doesn't even matter how long
Why
ago
are
this
you pressed?
was.
Why are you pressed? Why are
This
you
is
talking to
strange.
her?
This is so strange. And then they had their little tiff back at home because, like we said, they're not happy. And then Izzy went and cried in the closet. Literally. I'm not making that up.
He really was in the closet.
He was in the closet crying like a toddler,
That
like
camera
a little
person was
kid.
trash for zooming in on his face as he was getting out the closet. Like, you ain't had to do all that.
And somebody was like, "Wow, I can't believe they used that clip. What the hell else are they gonna show? It's 2 couples. It's nothing else to show.
Nothing else to show. It's nothing to show.
There's
It's
nothing to show."
it's so wild because, like, like with it being more couples, you kind of like cut in between everybody. It's like,
Mhm.
dang, we still on Milton. Like, it'd be like,
I
why are
know.
we here so long? But
We're getting extra because it's only
yeah,
2 couples. Because it's only 2 couples. So yeah, Stacey and Izzy, they a hot ass mess. Stacey, you dragging Johnny is not gonna change the your boo bro. That's not gonna change nothing, sweetheart. And yeah. So they need to figure their shit out. I still think, I don't know what I think. Now, a week ago, I was like, so hopefully Stacey's good sense is gonna prevail and she's not gonna marry him. After seeing that, I'm not so sure. Because I feel like Stacey is kind of I don't know if it's an ego or what it is, but I just kind of see her
she
kind of
don't like
feeling
to
like
lose.
she got some type of prize because everybody wanted Izzy and she the one who got him. So maybe she'll go through with the wedding just as like a haha, I got him. Y'all wanted him so bad and he's actually mine, even though he is not the right guy for her. And it's like very, very
In the
obvious.
slightest. In the slight, it is so
So
freaking she knows it. She's
she
not
knows.
stupid. She's not the type of person that strikes me as somebody who just wants to get married for the sake of getting married. She knows.
I didn't think she was, but now after seeing how she behaved with Johnny, I don't even know what to think of her anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like that really like brought out like a very bad, ugly side of her. And well, now if they don't get married, it's just because of her. Like I think Izzy is gonna say yes to her 100%. He really has nothing to lose by saying
Izzy
yes to
hit a
her.
lick.
Yeah,
She got a whole house, daddy money loan, they fly private. Now he
plenty of
tried to take her to that army base.
and that house has plenty of closets for him to cry in.
Plenty.
So he said,
That house got a north, south, east, west wing. That's a
literally,
really big house. The house
it
has
is.
2 HVAC systems.
Mhm. Mhm.
And he's talking about
What's
going 50-50 on stuff.
Do we know what Stacey's job is? I know we saw her like being like a exercise or something instructor, but that's not her primary job. I
Yeah, it has to be
know.
like a side gig type thing. Yeah, I can't
Okay.
remember what they said she was. What's her name?
Stacey,
Stacy.
Stacey Mean Girl, because she was very mean to Johnny, and it was just really for no
Yeah, I
reason.
hope she watches that back and like is embarrassed.
If they are married, her and Izzy are gonna be doing that same shit at the reunion. If they are not together, she's gonna be very apologetic to Johnny at the reunion. Like it's only 2 ways this is gonna go. So
Also, folks got to chill on her makeup. That's so mean.
mean, it's something she could change. I think mean is when you talk about things that people cannot change. She can change her bronzer color. Yes, she can. She got plenty of money. She don't have no reason. She don't have no financial restrictions. She don't have no shade restrictions. Like she can really do better.
They just have her down as an entrepreneur. So maybe that is her main gig.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
It's the oh yeah,
Um,
she has her own like she's a makeup artist. They found her makeup Instagram. She the only client, but they did find her makeup Instagram page.
wait a minute. Stacy has a makeup
Stacey, yeah.
company, and that's her color okay.
She has not
Um,
a makeup company. She's a makeup artist. I'm at the fact they found her Instagram. She's the only client on there because they take pictures of what they do. It's all of her, but it's
she
like
loved it. She loved that bronzer too, because there was one scene where her and Izzy at the end where they were talking. They were having a heart to heart about some of the inconsistencies with the things that he said in the pods regarding his
mhm.
finances. She didn't have any makeup on, but she still had on that bronzer. Like you could tell she had on no makeup except for that bronzer. Okay. I can't believe
She has
Yay's on bikes. Alrighty.
Oh,
Moving on to Uche and Lydia and Milton. We got to see the end of their confrontation as well. And like, at what point when you're just talking and talking and talking, do you realize that you're wasting your time? And I just feel like it was so obvious that Uche was wasting his breath. Like, even when him and Milton were talking one on one, Milton wasn't even looking him in the eye. Milton did not care about what he said. I think the only thing that Milton was taking a note of was how Lydia was acting and how she
yeah.
was reacting. And that's what he was not feeling. He didn't care what Uche was talking about. So, what was Uche's point?
Don't let her come between us, bro. All right, I'm gonna hit you up on the group chat.
Are y'all
That's it.
engaged? Like, y'all not even that close.
Uche is acting like Milton is his little brother or something.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all met each other the same way that he met Lydia. Like it's been 2 weeks. He'll
I
hit you up in the
mean,
group chat. Like it's not that deep.
it's not that deep. And also, if Uche and Aaliyah would have worked out, Uche would not be sitting here having this conversation with Milton. He wouldn't be caring what was going on between Milton and Lydia because he would be good. I think this is his way of trying to like get back at Lydia for ruining his relationship with Aaliyah or whatever. But it was just a waste of time. Like he was not doing that to look out for him. And he even tried to say, like, yeah, I'm not trying to come in between y'all or mess anything up for y'all. Yes, you are. That's the whole point of you being here.
It was a way for him to get back because he
Mm-hmm.
sees Lydia as messing up what he and Aaliyah had.
Mm-hmm.
So that was his way of trying to get back. But you
Yeah.
messed around and was talking to somebody who thinks things through.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Also, side note, so because apparently these contracts that these people signed for this season were just weak as water, and they are able to just say whatever they want without the season being over. Uche did a Q&A on his Instagram where somebody asked him about why he didn't give Aaliyah another chance, and he was like, "Oh, I did give her another chance. We dated outside the pod. They just didn't show that. Blah blah blah."
Mhm.
And then Aaliyah has been on. She actually talked to Cameron and Lauren from season 1 on their YouTube channel. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw a clip where she was like, Uche basically told her that she's not really his type. She's not his ideal type, which is what people were speculating when they met. Everybody was kind of speculating that Uche might be on some anti-black type of shit. Mind you, he is black, just to be clear, but he might be on some anti-black type of shit. And according to Aaliyah, allegedly, that might not be too far from the truth, which absolutely does not surprise me given the rest of his behavior. He wanted to be the next Kwame.
Oh my god.
That's what he wanted.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, Uche.
Yep.
What a fool.
He's a fool. He's a fool.
It's just nothing left to say.
And he's so mean. That's
for no reason.
He's so mean for no reason. And I think once we were talking about it, I think you said it best. Like he talks to people like he's in a court because he is a lawyer, But
Yeah.
it's like he's talking to somebody who could be a potential romantic partner, like he's a prosecutor. And it's
Which you
just
can't
not
do.
nice.
That's
He
not how
doesn't
that
have
works.
a nice demeanor. He just seems completely egotistical, like he is just God's gift to women or something. And nobody want him except Lydia, who don't even want him no more. She did want him.
Well,
I don't think she wants him anymore.
you don't.
When she came on the show, she wanted him. I think now that she
Absolutely.
has Milton, I think she does not want him anymore. Personally.
Imagine being like, let's start over from zero. How did you get here, ma'am?
That's question one.
How did you get here? Let's start there. Let's start there.
Because there is speculation that Lydia followed him onto the show, and that's what he's pushing. So,
I believe it. You know,
allegedly,
allegedly, but I 1,000% believe it, and I believe
yep.
producers knew about it and was
Mm-hmm.
like, let's make this happen.
So we saw Milton's family on these last 2 episodes as well, and they had a very
Milton's sister.
interesting. Yeah, they had a very interesting reaction to Lydia. They were not buying what she was selling because Lydia went in there trying to act like they had some Disney love story and it was just fate and he's the man of her dreams. She's always been looking for. She loves him. She loves everything about him, all this type of stuff. And his family is looking at her like, you don't know him for 2.5 weeks, sis. This don't seem genuine. And they were real with her. They told her that it sounded scripted. And it just did not come off very real. And hopefully that was able to knock a little bit of sense into Milton because I think
it did.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it did. Also, I 1,000% believe that Lydia was practicing those answers on her way there.
Yeah.
Like it was just boom, boom, boom. Like you had an answer for everything. And it's like, that makes me look at you a little bit more specific, suspicious.
Yeah.
Because you don't have an answer for everything.
Mm-mm.
I think if those like questions, if Chuck mom asked me some of those questions, I would have to sit back and think about it for a second. Like I don't have it, off the dome like that.
Right.
She's crazy.
She's crazy. She just wants somebody to want her, and I think Milton is that somebody who wants her. And
for now,
I think that being with his family and seeing his family's reaction definitely got the wheels turning a little bit. I don't know if it's enough to make him not marry her because I just see him as he's just such a kind, sweet person. Like if the clips of them at the altar is really what's making me be like, no, they're getting married. He's just it's hard for me to see him being in front of their friends and family, dressed up in his tux with her dress on, looking beautiful, and for him to look her in the eye and be like, I'm not gonna marry you. I just don't see him being okay with hurting her like that. He's just too nice of a person. And I think he does genuinely care about her. So if they would have broke up before then, absolutely, that would have totally made sense. But it's just hard for me to see him. I'm gonna be pleasantly surprised if he does it. And just to be clear, I absolutely want him to. I think marrying her will be one of the biggest mistakes he ever makes in his life. But I think
that was the only thing that Uche said that I 1,000% agree with.
Yeah.
See, he's right on that, but crazy.
So crazy.
I'm ready for this to be over.
Yeah, they dragging it out. Because why would they just release 2 episodes instead of 4 like they normally do? They just trying to drag it out even more.
What else? They ain't got nothing else to show us.
Nope. The next topic, I kind of don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna be real. It is. I'm gonna just do a little quick thing of it. There is a man on TikTok who is going viral, who has amassed a very big following. I'm just gonna mention it quickly. He's amassed a pretty big following, and he is a former school shooter, I guess you could say. I don't really know how to phrase that. Where in 2004 he committed a shooting at his school, and he served like I think 15, 17 years in jail for something like that. Now he is out, and now he is like, trying to talk about mental health and spread awareness and all this type of stuff. But one thing he has been doing is lying about the circumstances of the shooting that he committed. He has been trying to push a narrative of reverse racism, Black people being racist against white people. And he's just an all around asshole. And I just don't understand why TikTok is allowing him to be on their platform. I don't know if he has been deplatformed yet. I haven't seen any more of his videos or people. I've just still seen people like stitching him and like poking holes in his story. I don't know if his page still exists, but it definitely should not. He does not.
Especially with TikTok main different demographic being young people that
Mhm,
this stuff that he did will directly affect. But
mhm,
um I don't know. It's just wild. Like it makes me so frustrated because and I seen this TikTok that pointed this out. Like there
mhm,
are Black children who were gunned down, killed because
mhm,
they had a fake gun.
mhm.
This man is still thriving,
Yep,
been able to like not only get captured, serve his time, get out, still have a platform and thrive from that
yep.
and be like this whole motivational speaker from traumatizing a whole group of people.
And even his presence on the platform alone is re-traumatizing. Not
Absolutely,
even
yeah.
just his own victims, but I even saw the father of one of a school shooting victim
Mhm.
stitching one of his videos and just talking about why he just has no place here and why he should not be able to do this, how dangerous it is for him to be doing this, and how hurtful it is. And it's like if he genuinely cared about what he did and was genuinely remorseful, he would have heard that and he would have been like, you know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be trying to amass fame and popularity from something very terrible that I did. And I'm going to log off and I'm going to delete my page. That's what a good person who actually gave a fuck would do. Like, whatever narrative he's trying to spin about who he is, it's clearly not the truth because if it was, he would take the hint and go away. And he won't. As far as I know, he has not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, it's about attention for him. Just like
mhm,
what he did was about attention. And he got
mhm,
out, he figured out, oh, I can be on the other side and get attention from that. And
mhm,
he has 250,000 people who is
mhm.
giving attention. And it is very, very dangerous because it's, you know, inspiring
Yep.
people to do it and thinking that, oh, I could come out on the
Like,
other
there's a
end.
life after
Yeah.
this, and there's things for me after this, and it's like, no,
Yeah. I mean, it's
there's
just
actually not.
I'm sorry. Like I do believe that people can, rehabilitate themselves.
Mhm,
But something this egregious, especially in this day and age in our country where we still don't have ways to protect our children in schools, where like
mhm,
kindergartners are really having to go through active shooter drills.
mhm.
Like you have to have that scarlet letter on you.
Yeah,
It just is what it is.
yep. He should not be online. He should not be creating a platform over something awful that he did. If he truly and genuinely has changed and cares about making the world a better place, he should be privately and quietly doing things in his own community and not.
Yeah, to fix that on his
Yeah.
own time. Like
Yep.
this is about
Yep.
fame.
Yep.
And I totally blame TikTok and whatever other platforms he is on that
Mhm.
has allowed him to amass a following by not shutting this down because you don't have the right to have a TikTok.
No. Mm-mm.
As many people as they like mass reported
For
for
nothing.
nothing and got
Yeah.
rid of them, but yeah,
Mhm.
he's still here. Like that's shameful. That is
It's
very shameful on the
very
platform.
shameful. Yep. Brittany says stuff like this is what makes social media scary. Literally anyone can have a
Yeah.
platform. Mhm.
That's the beauty and the curse of social
Yep.
media is that anyone can
100%.
have a platform.
Yep. Yep. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to mention that real quick, just for even though it's a horrible situation. I hope that maybe through speaking out or something, TikTok, the powers that be can realize that this is not cool at all. I'm sure he's been mass reported at this point, and it doesn't make any sense if he is still there. But he definitely should not be. He should not be able to have a platform off of what he did. Doesn't matter that nobody actually died in the situation. That wasn't. I don't think for 1 second that is because of him. That is truly just the grace of God and good and luck
Oh yeah,
that nobody
absolutely.
died. It had nothing to do with him. So he can get out of here. Um I didn't want to end this part of the show on that note, so I just added in one extra thing I just want to talk about real quick. Drake's new album has come out. I think it's called For the Boys
Again?
or For the Dogs. For My Dog. Yeah, yes, again. And it's the same music. It's the same
Same
music.
music.
Nothing has changed at all. There has been no maturing, no growth, no evolution, none of that. And also, Drake is taking shots at like totally innocent people, including our queen mother Rihanna, trying to drag her. Like he didn't say her name, but he said a lot of things that makes it very obvious that he's talking about Rihanna. He was talking about people don't think I'm over you. Our
That man really has
situation
peaked.
wasn't even that good, all this type of dumb stuff. And it's like Rihanna has 2 children with somebody else, and you have a child with somebody else. Y'all dated what, like a decade ago?
Yeah, it's been
If
a
you
while.
don't want us to think that you're still not over her, why are you still talking about her in songs?
It sounds like you're not over her.
That's exactly what it gives. And I mean, I don't blame you. I would probably never get over Rihanna either. But I also
Yeah,
wouldn't
he
be over
fumbled the bag
here
on that one.
begging for attention either, because that's all you're doing. And it's like Rihanna is a billionaire, Rihanna is a mother, Rihanna is a queen, Rihanna ain't got no time for you, Drake. So I say all that to say,
Embarrassing.
I hope that Drake grows up eventually. I mean, he's in his late 30s at this point.
Nah,
I
that
don't
man has
know.
peaked. This is who he is.
It has to be. It has to be. It's just
Sorry
very
to that
sad.
man.
Very sad. And I would not be listening to this album because I was already mad at Drake because he has been very clearly like team Tory Lanez through the Tory Lanez and Megan the Stallion saga. And that was like the red flag of all red flags right there. So this Rihanna thing absolutely does not surprise me at all. He's very toxic. He's very clearly a misogynist and he needs to let it go. He needs to let it go.
That man is so embarrassing.
He's
You
very
are too
embarrassing.
wrong. Live your life.
Yep. It's something in the water with these celebrities recently because I didn't even have this on the show notes. I promise after this I'm done. Doja Cat. Have you seen the stuff with Doja Cat from last night?
Oh, not from last night.
Apparently, she posted a picture on her Instagram where she had on a graphic tee, and the graphic tee had a picture of a white man with a gun on it. Apparently, this white man is like this like major like white nationalist. And she has a t-shirt with the picture of a white nationalist or white supremacist on it, like a well-known one. Anti-black, and homophobic, all the bad
of
things
course, yeah.
is what this man stands for. And she put up a picture with his face on, and then she took it down and put up a different picture where you couldn't see the shirt. But obviously, the internet is forever.
Yeah, once it's out there, it's out there.
At what point is Doja Cat getting dropped from her label? Because she has been doing so much. And I mean, her music, I love Doja Cat's music, especially like some of her older stuff from a couple years ago. But she's just not that person anymore. I don't know what she's going through, if it's mental health or what, but it's a wrap. It's a wrap for Doja Cat.
Yeah, this is taking trolling to a whole nother level because she's always been a troll. But like, it's just disrespectful.
Yep.
Yeah. Because even the whole thing with her fans, like, I was like, I agree, but this is not something that you should be saying.
Oh yeah, where she was talking about basically where she was like dragging her fans for liking her.
Yeah, in a sense, she was like, I present the music. I don't owe you anything more than that. But that's just, with a platform that you have that you can't.
She would have nothing without people liking her and her music.
Yeah.
That's why this is so sad because it's just like, yeah, like you can't just think you're gonna make good music, but then just do whatever else you want, and people are just gonna be like, okay, it's fine as long as the music is good. That's what Kanye tried to do, and they still got him about here.
It's just not. It's not correct. I mean, I get her from like the whole boundaries part of it. Like, you can't be like, I bought a ticket to your show, do whatever for me. Like, there's still, you bought a ticket, I presented the show, that's it, but you do have to respect your fans too.
It's gone
Because
far
that's how
beyond. It's gone
yeah.
way far beyond that at this point. I mean, why would you ever show any type of support for white supremacists, especially when you've
Yeah,
already had
that part don't have
controversies
anything to do with yeah.
involving racism? So it's to me, it's a wrap for Doja Cat. Like she been doing way too much, and yeah, it's just not cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-mm.
I don't think her label is gonna drop her. 'Cause
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
after
This white supremacist thing is something else though. I don't
we'll
know.
see.
I feel like this coupled with the rest of her antics, I don't know. I think if she is very much towing the line, and if they don't drop her, I'm sure they think about it. Like this is crazy. This is really, really crazy. Back to Drake.
Yeah.
Jamelia said he keeps coming for black women and it's exasperating. And somebody said on Twitter that Drake keeps coming for women because the last man that he came for exposed the fact that he had a child to the whole world.
Rihanna is petty too.
They
Sorry, she's not the one to mess
Rihanna
with.
don't care about him. Rihanna, I don't see Rihanna saying anything back, but she absolutely could. But yeah, Drake is a child, and I feel like in the situation of Drake and Doja Cat, both of them are way overestimating their fame and how much patience people have for them, especially with Doja Cat. Like Drake is not on that level yet of as far as his
Nah.
antics, but Doja Cat 100% is. She's very, very much overestimating the grace that her label is going to give her and the grace that her fans are going to give her. So we're going to see. Brittany said it feels like she's self-destructing. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
does.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing for it, like the best explanation of it. But oh, that's so embarrassing.
It's a lot going on,
Girl,
y'all. It's a lot
get
going
your shit
on.
together.
But yeah, y'all, we're going to take a quick break and then we will be back to wrap up the show. All right, y'all. So we are back. And since the last time we recorded, something really cool has come out. Amanda Rachel Lee's 2024 doodle planners are officially out there. I believe you can pre-order them, or the pre-order might be coming up in a couple days. But I feel like by the time this podcast come out, they will be available for pre-order. And she went with a lot of really, really cute styles with the planner this year. She has like a fuzzy, like teddy bear material for one. She has like a denim for another one. So very cute, very different. And I love it. I love her doodle planners. I think they're super cute. I have come to realize that they are not the ideal planner for me because I don't have time to do all that coloring. So if she was to put out like a fully in color version, I would be all over that. But she has not as of so far. Fortunately, Linda Tongue does have a colored in version of a doodle planner. Also, hers is really cute too. Only thing stopping me from buying that is just that I have way too many 2024 planners and I need to stop. But yeah, what do you think? Did you get a chance to check these out?
Yeah, I haven't seen them, but I know in the past that hers are really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that she's still doing that because it's definitely a market of people who don't necessarily want to come to Bujo every week, but
Or can't, or
yeah,
physically can't, like me.
I mean same. But
So
still like the idea and aesthetic of a Bujo. So she, fit right in that market, and
Mhm.
everybody stands Amanda Rachel Lee. So I'm glad she
Yes.
has continue to keep this going. It's like the third, fourth year.
I think it's the 5th year, actually.
Oh, nice.
I think she said it was the
Yeah,
5th year of it, if I'm not mistaken. I
look
didn't
at
even
her.
realize she had been doing it for that long.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yep. But yeah, love those. Let us know if y'all end up checking those out. Also, Goldmine and Coco put up like a teaser reel, I would say,
Mhm.
for some 2024 planners as well. Some of these, like notebooks, are already available on her website, but I did not see the planners, and the planners actually look very, very cute. So I'm really, really excited about those. Again, probably not gonna buy them. I got too much, but they're very cute. If you haven't already bought 8 planners for next year.
Yeah. I love that she went this route and did a planner herself. I know she had one in Target
Mhm.
maybe a few years ago.
Mhm.
Um and yeah, and it's on the spiral. So, I feel like she's making stuff for, the masses.
Yep.
She had that, like, the ring folio kinda
Mm,
thing, A5, and I was just like, "I just can't." I
mhm.
rings don't do it for me, but I'm glad that she has the option for the girls who loves the spiral.
Same, same. Veronica said, "Same. I cannot bujo to save my life." Talking about Amanda Richardly. I'm very thankful that Amanda does that because, like you said, like Bujo is such a cute planning style and it's such a cute, cool creative outlet, but it's just not accessible. I mean, I guess everybody can do it, but I'm one of those people who definitely get caught up in wanting it to look really cute and aesthetic, and I just can't physically. I just can't do that. I have not learned how to letter or anything to be able to do that. So this is definitely a great option for people who can't at least now, but they kind of want an introduction to it. So I
Yeah.
love that.
It's I always say, like, I wish I woulda took the time to, like, practice lettering and practice the way I write when I was younger, because it's so much harder as an adult and having other things to do to
Mhm.
take the time out to, like, do 20, 30 minutes at the end of the day to just practice, but
Mhm.
yeah, love that she has the option for
Me
people who
too.
don't have the time.
Me too. Brittany said a lot of people who aren't planners already tried to jump into Bujo.
Mhm.
And Danny said, I'm about to jump in my Bujo again. I used the Hobonichi for a week. So you leaving the Hobonichi and you're going back to the Bujo.
It
I
ain't even
love that.
start yet.
Maybe he used the older
Oh, yeah,
one. Or
that's
maybe
true.
he had another one.
Yeah.
Did you get a 2023 one too, Danny? Let us know. But yeah, y'all, to wrap up the show, we're just gonna do a little quick Q&A with our patrons. They have been asking us some questions, and we're just gonna answer them. I guess kind of rapid fire. We'll go through them fairly quick.
For
First
sure.
one's from Danny. He said, "When is Amanda gonna be on the pod?" Ask Amanda, girl. Comment on Amanda's Instagram and let her know their planners and why I would love to have her on the podcast. We would absolutely love that.
For sure, that'll be a good time.
Yes. Jamelia asked, "Are y'all going to the Renaissance movie?"
Absolutely.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I think I got my tickets for that Saturday. When is yours for?
The 1st, so Friday afternoon.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Love it. Veronica said, "Are you going to see the Swift movie?" I am going to see the Swift movie. I'm going to take Mason next Saturday.
No.
Myra's not going to see it.
My crossover from the Beyonce Taylor Swift fandom just it didn't make it over there.
That's all right. It's not for everybody. It's
Yeah.
only a select few of special people like me who
Select
are
few.
able to stand both.
I love that for y'all.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think Mason is gonna like it too because we like a lot of Taylor's music. So I think she's gonna like it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Danny said, "What are y'all thinking about Black Friday this year?"
I
Mm,
thought the BF was for boyfriend. I'm like, "Daddy, what are you talking about? This is
I
focus on
can't.
the show. This
I
is
can't.
love."
Right. Right. My boyfriend is my husband. Okay. But yeah, what are we thinking about Black Friday this year? I don't know because I have just been I don't know. I haven't really been using a lot of stickers. I really feel like I have so much of everything. I really don't feel like I need anything, even like planners and stuff. Like I'm filled to the brim with my 2024 planners. So I don't know. I'm gonna just have to see if some of my favorite shops have a really good sale and I see some stuff I really like. I'm gonna go in a little bit, but it's not gonna be like last year or the year before
Mm-mm.
where I was just buying all the things. I just do not see it being like that.
Yeah, same on the Planner World stuff. I do have a list of games that I want to get
Mhm.
on Black Friday. But other than that, because now I'm like into like the Xbox. I know how to actually play the controller now. So I'm
Love it.
finding cozy games on there and I'm gonna try to see if they come on sale. But yeah, I'm just not, I don't know. I just in a wave of like, I'm okay with what I have, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
And honestly, like, it's a lot of stuff that I have that I'm not using, so I just don't wanna add to it, and
Mhm.
I'm completely in my cozy game era. So if I get something, it's gonna be, like, for my setup or games in general.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. What is the next one? What are your plans for Halloween costumes for the live event? Unless it's a surprise. That is for Veronica. So yeah, if anybody does not know, this year on our Patreon, we're going to be doing a Halloween Facebook Live where our patrons are going to be able to join us on camera.
Mhm.
So a little different from our normal Facebook Live that we do every month that's exclusive to our Patreon, where they're actually going to be on camera with us in costumes, if y'all wear costumes. I honestly have no idea. I haven't even really thought about Halloween costume. I know I'm gonna go to some spirit Halloween or something before then and figure something out. But yeah, I'm not really sure yet. Myra, do you have an idea of what you're gonna dress up as?
I'm gonna be Pearl from Steven Universe.
Oh my god! Okay.
Nah, I don't think I'm doing that. I don't know. I don't know. I have a few ideas, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm extra, and the ideas that I want to do probably won't be at like a spirit Halloween, so I would have to
Mm-hmm.
create it myself. But I don't know. I haven't made a final decision.
That's gonna be neat.
We got
Yay!
time. It's the 8th. We got time.
We do have some time. We definitely have some time. So, okay, next question. Colleen in our Facebook group. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Colleen. Colette, my bad, Colette girl. She asked in our Facebook group, except for icons and the occasional character emoji, I've been firmly in my minimalist era for 2 years. Tell me why I can't toss all the old ish that I know deep in my soul I have no plans of using. So basically, she's trying to see like, do we have any advice for that, or do we have any experience with that too, where we just have all this old stuff that we know we're not going to use, but we just want to hold on to it anyway? What do we think?
Yeah. No, I feel her. I have a lot of stuff like dolls and stuff like that that I just, I'm just off that wavelength. I wouldn't say I'm like completely minimum, but definitely not in the era that I was back then that I still hold on to because I'm like, oh, maybe I'll use it one day or maybe somebody will want it kind of thing. But I think I might go into 2024 and just purge it and
Okay.
just purge it. I think I'm getting there.
Okay. See, for me, I don't think I've had very few things in my stuff now that I've had for more than a year. Like I've gotten rid of so many Happy Planner sticker books, like
Hmm.
so many random sticker books I know I'm not gonna use. So I really what I have now is mostly stuff that I see myself using. And if not, I just haven't come to the point where I know I'm not gonna use it. So I guess
Yeah.
I'm just kind of in the in-between phase. I have a lot of kits and stuff like vertical kits, and I have not been in a vertical planner over the last few months. But I'm holding on to those because I know there's a possibility I could get back into a vertical planet. Like it's not out of the realm of possibilities. So I say if you should have like do like 3 piles of stuff. Do a a keep pile, a toss pile, and like a maybe pile. And put the stuff in the toss pile that you know for a fact you are not going to use. And just be okay with letting it go. And the more you do that, the more things you put in that pile, I feel like the easier it's gonna get. Because it was very hard for me initially to start getting rid of like all those Happy Planner sticker books and stuff. But then it's just like I just honestly got sick of seeing them, knowing that I was not using them, and I'd rather my collection be stuff that I know I'm gonna use, stuff that I can easily find and access, than just have all this stuff like piling up. So that's my
Yeah.
advice.
And we spend a lot of money on our stuff too. So that kind of, at least for me, it makes me want to try to get use out of it. It was
Mm-hmm.
very helpful for me to find like one Chuck's manager has little girls that likes to play with stickers and Happy Planner is right up their alley. No,
Mm-hmm.
no shade if you use Happy Planner stickers, not calling you a little girl, but
Mm-hmm.
and it made me feel better to be like, "Hey, y'all can have this and have that." At least, it made me feel like it was getting some kind of use out of it. 'Cause some of these stickers books, I never use a sticker
Mm-hmm.
out of it. So it is hard to let go of something when you're like, "Damn, I spent X amount of dollars on this and I didn't use it." So maybe like try to find somebody in your life, ask coworkers or something if they have people that are into it and would like,
Mm-hmm.
you can give it to it. So it feels better. And you don't have to know they could toss it, you know,
Yep.
once they get it, but
Yep.
you don't have to know that to you. Maybe they
That's
use it,
true.
maybe they won't. But
That's true.
that
I have
has helped a
given
lot.
Yeah, and I've given a lot of stuff to Goodwill, and that definitely makes me feel better than just straight up throwing it in the
Mhm.
trash. And it's like, if they throw it in the trash, that's none of my business.
Yeah.
I didn't throw it in the trash.
Yeah. I tried
So,
to rehome it. Yeah, rehoming it
exactly.
is definitely, makes me feel a little bit better at it, but I
Yep.
don't know. Yeah, 2 years. I think you feeling it, especially you posting about it, you feeling like, "Yeah, this stuff gotta go."
Let it go,
Yeah.
girl. Let it
Mhm.
go. Brittany said, "Where do you see the pod moving towards in the future? Are we going to see planner guests in the future or more variety topics?" Um, I mean, we've already kind of started making a transition into like expanding outside of just the planner community. I mean, y'all see
Mhm.
from the new format of the show, it's really not super planner community focused just because I mean, there's just so much other stuff going on in the world, and it's honestly not a lot of stuff going on in the planner community. And then, honestly, I think that kind of keeps us going, and it kind of makes the show feel fresh and new, at least to
Mhm.
me, because we're just talking about other things that are happening outside of the planner community. Where obviously, the planner community is always going to be a very big part of the show, but it doesn't have to be the whole show forever. And it's like, and we've been getting some really good responses from you guys. Y'all seem to really enjoy the broadening of the topics and the more focus on other things, because we're more than just planners, and we want the podcast to reflect that as well. We can't keep saying we're more than planners and then have a planner podcast. Yeah, have a planner podcast that's just totally focused on the planner
A
community. We just want a
majority. Yeah.
podcast that's just focused on the world and the things that we care about outside of planning. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I am not opposed to more guests. I think over the years too, we've kind of pulled back from having guests. Like we used to have a guest like every other show, just about. And honestly, from the numbers, y'all prefer us it's just
Mhm.
on the show anyway. I'm not opposed to guests. I definitely would like to have more of a variety of guests and not just planner people because I think that would solidifies us as being a planner podcast if we just solely have people within the planner community. I
Mhm.
would love to have if it's people within the community talk something outside of planners, something a little bit more deeper.
If y'all have ideas for guests we should have on the show who are outside the planner community, definitely let us know. I mean, inside the planner community too, but
Mhm.
especially outside of the planner community, definitely let us know. We're always open to suggestions. Y'all can shoot us an email or send us a DM on Instagram on the Planners and Wine Instagram and just let us know. Cause yeah, we would love to look into that more. Yeah.
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 I love the direction that we are going with the podcast, and I hope that people love it too. We've been getting a little traction on TikTok too, so hopefully we get some new listeners, and maybe that'll even bring them into the planner community a little bit that we do talk about.
Buckle up.
Yeah, I mean,
We're not responsible for
we are not. Yeah, but they gonna get to tea here. They get
But
to
yeah,
tea
y'all.
here.
Thank y'all for the questions, Patreon crew. This has been such a fun episode. I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Once again, if you want to check out our Patreon, head to plannersandwine.com or patreon.com/plannersandwine. Now you can actually do like a trial run of the Patreon for
Mhm.
free. And you'll have access to the things that we post on that free feed. So not everything, not you're not gonna get all the bonus and stuff, but we're gonna post like clips of different things so you can just kind of get a little taste of what it is like to be in our Patreon community. So definitely
For
check it
sure.
out.
Yeah, some
And we
exclusive
love to
stuff
have
that
you.
won't be anywhere else. So yeah,
Mhm.
definitely get a taste. But yeah, sign up. Same link
Yeah.
for Patreon, but
Same
absolutely
link.
free.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Bye guys.
Hey Grapevine! Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Planners and Wine is hosted by Megan P. and Myra P. and is edited by Jonathan F. We'd like to thank our Planners and Wine patrons for their continued support and engagement. With special thanks to Daniel M. and Lisa F., moderators of our Patreon exclusive Facebook group. For more amazing content, please visit plannersandwine.com or find us on Patreon at patreon.com/plannersandwine. You can also find us on all social media platforms at Planners and Wine.